The Cage is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world, and by General Tire. Anywhere is possible.
Here is Jimmy J-Walker Zidek.
And there he is, Jimmy Zidek, getting the opportunity tonight to take on Charles Bennett, a legend here at King of the Cage, a legend in mixed martial arts in general throughout the world, also known as Crazy Horse. But Jimmy Zidek knows what's on the line. He knows that if he gets through someone like Charles Bennett, who's very talented and naturally gifted when it comes to the game of fighting, Jimmy Zidek knows that this could catapult him to title contendership. So tonight there's a lot on the line, as well as Charles Bennett, who has made a comeback after leaving King of the Cage for about 3 years in mixed martial arts in general. He came back and now he's finishing strong, coming off a huge victory over Danny Black. So tonight, Jimmy Zidek knows that taking out the likes of Charles Bennett will definitely catapult him in title contendership. So lots on the line tonight here at Black Bear Casino Resort in Carlton, Minnesota. And Jimmy Zidek, we know throughout the years, has grown up here and fought a lot of his fights at King of the Cage. He fights and is a very active fighter. But we've seen him at the age of, I believe, 18 or even younger, not quite sure. But man, he was just a kid when he came into this game, and now he's just got a great start in his career, fighting as a pro now. He came up short against Ben Pierre Saint in their fight not too long ago. So it was a pretty tough loss because it did go the distance. So obviously Zidek has the skills and what it takes to have cardio to go the distance, and we'll see if that'll be utilized tonight against Charles Bennett.
Here is Charles Crazy Horse Bennett.
I'm going to go with that being my permission tonight, to still be able to call Charles Bennett Crazy Horse. I know he doesn't like to be called it, but man, throughout the world, he is known as one of the gifted, one of the most athletic fighters in MMA. Dynamic, for sure, is an understatement. He is the one who actually brought flipping off a cage backwards. He's the one who actually started it before it was even cool. I don't know how much courage it takes to do that, but I definitely don't have it. But Charles Bennett is just that kind of guy. Athletic, gifted, will throw you on your head in a matter of milliseconds. I think you just heard me. He's all, yep, that's right. Charles Bennett has been a fighter for King of the Cage for quite some time. Fought in Japan several times in the organization we all know as Pride back in the day. So he has been all around the world, and we're just glad to have him back here at King of the Cage. But like I said, coming off a huge victory over Danny Black. And what a devastating loss at that for Danny Black, who got knocked out in the first round. So Charles Bennett making his comeback fight really sent some shockwaves in the division. And I think both fighters equally have their hands full tonight, because both fighters could possibly catapult themselves into titleship glory. And that will all determine on how tonight plays out between these two fighters. And for more information on your favorite fighters, Cage Girls, and more, you can always log on to kingofthecage.com. You can also get your tickets there about upcoming events. Find out who's fighting who, when, where, and all that. kingofthecage.com. It's obviously been a different Charles Bennett that we see enter the cage last time. Very calm. The demeanor is a little bit different in there. Kind of just goes in there, and he's more relaxed than ever. And at the same time, more scarier than ever. It's the guys that are relaxed, that have so much confidence knowing what they have in their arsenal. And man, tonight I'm just excited to have Charles Crazy Horse Bennett back in the cage as our main event of the evening. Joe Phipps, our ref for this matchup, taking care of the final examinations here. And we are just about clear to go. You think TSA is tough? This is one of the toughest things to get through right here. And we are set to go. Charles Bennett gets set to take on Jimmy Zidek in our main event of the evening. We throw it to Dean Stone to get this matchup underway here at Black Bear Casino Resort.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Black Bear Casino Resort, Carlton, Minnesota, King of the Cage and General Sire present our co-featured bout of the evening. It is sanctioned by the Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior Chippewa Athletic Commission Director Mike Himango. It's in conjunction with King of the Cage Incorporated, President and Founder Terry Trebilcock Jr., matchmaker Mike Camp, promoter Jeff Mahalik. The three judges scoring this bout will be Don Lathrop Sr., Scott Moe, and Walter Wovig. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Cecil Peoples. And now, fight fans, here we go. Put your hands together for this highly anticipated co-feature of the evening. 3 rounds of MMA in the bantamweight division. Introducing first, in the Lucas Oil blue corner, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, official weight 144.6 pounds. This Highland Fight Systems athlete has competed in 21 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, presenting Jimmy Daywalker Zidek. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of our General Tire red corner, stands at 5 feet 9 inches tall. Official weight 145.2 pounds. This sweatshop fighter is a veteran of 55 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, from Ocala, Florida, presenting Charles Krazy Horse Bennett.
Round 1, Charles Bennett coming off a very sweet victory over Danny Black, knocking him out. And tonight taking on the Daywalker, Jimmy Zidek. Jimmy Zidek showing he's got a reach advantage tonight, but Charles Bennett, that has never been a problem. He will find a crafty way of knocking you out. So Zidek's got to be careful on the feet.
Yeah, I was about to say, the problem is that Krazy Horse is trying to go southpaw. I don't know what he was thinking. He thinks he can knock you out either way, but all his knockout power comes from setting up that right hand and left hook. Wait a minute, did Krazy Horse just throw a sidekick? Yeah. What is going on over there in Ocala, Florida?
You gotta love it, man. Charles Bennett always up in his game, always coming in with different styles, and you're like, where did that come from?
A movie, I guarantee it. Nice inside leg kick by Zidek.
Switches it up there, Sean.
Yeah, the horse don't like those very much. And he goes outside leg kick himself with power.
Look at the calmness and the demeanor right now of Charles Bennett. Just kind of taking his time. Confidence is there.
Well, that's just his game right there.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, not expending any energy because he has no energy to expend. But when he explodes on you, it comes quick and it comes with power.
You know, the fan base of Krazy Horse just runs so deep. I know he hates when we call him that because, you know, he's got different names, but, you know, this is what people know him by. Charles Bennett has just become this different fighter this year. He knows there's a lot on the line. There's a lot of things he had to change in the past, but, man, he is just a solid MMA fighter all around. And he's just getting sharper and sharper.
Well, I mean, he's been in there with the best guys in the world, all over the world. Knocked out KJ Noons like he had never been in the cage before.
Yep.
And this kid can eat punishment.
Those body shots are very lethal in these fights when Krazy Horse lands. And Charles Bennett, he's going to really kill me. He's going to kill me. Bennett.
Eating some leg kicks, but comes in with a side kick of his own. But this is just his game. If it stays in this boxing, kickboxing match, he'll be in there all night because he's one of those guys that is really more comfortable doing this with guys trying to knock you out than he is sleeping.
You know, and the reflexes of Bennett is just absolutely amazing. When a shot is thrown, he's just like, his head's out of the way already. Look at this. Head movement. Jimmy Zidek with an outside leg kick.
Zidek finding a home for those leg kicks now. Woo! Left uppercut, straight right, barely misses.
Zidek back on his feet. That's a good scramble.
Look, the best thing about that is the horse let him up. Going, you know what, just get up. We're not going to wrestle.
Yeah, let's not play around right now. Let's just get straight to business.
We're going to get up and we're going to bang hands.
Nice kick by Jimmy Zidek. Just barely missing. Some major impact there. Zidek we've seen grown up. As a kid, now fighting here as one of our co-main events. Amazing to see this kid in his journey of MMA, and tonight fighting one of the best in the world, Charles Bennett.
That's exactly the combination I was talking about. You know, I trained with Charles Bennett for a long time, and his hands are absolutely lethal.
Yeah.
He goes straight right to the body, and you don't even know that left hook has nothing but explosiveness in it.
In his last fight, knocking out Danny Black was just one of the most vicious highlight reels to add to his collection there. Jimmy Zidek knows what's on the line, and a win over Charles Bennett could catapult him into title glory. So tonight, this fight is very important for Zidek, as well as Bennett, because, man, he's putting the collection of wins together as well.
And that's something that we just don't account for in this sport, or the feints and the jaunts of a pure boxer. And that's Charles right there, just going fake left hook, straight right. And I don't know where these kicks came from, but they're really clean. Like, he's not even messing around with these side kicks. He's covering 10, 15 feet and coming in with power.
This is definitely a different Charles Bennett we're seeing in the cage. He's really mixing up those tools. Because his first instinct, he loves to punch, and that's his bread and butter. But tonight, he's really taking a different stance to this fight, showing respect to Zidek. Slips a bit, but doesn't cost him much.
Yeah, you know, this new arsenal to his game is going to make guys think, which is going to make his hands even better than they are.
They're going to guess even more. Because you guessed already with Bennett where he's going to come from with these punches. He's just got an amazing, he's just naturally gifted when it comes to that. Takes a kick by Zidek. Absolutely great material there. When we return, the action continues. Round 2 here at King of the Cage. Want to enjoy